This is pretty cool. This is Utah reindeer.
These guys are some of my reindeer. So this is Holly right here. She's 3 years old, and this is actually her son from this year, Kringle, and that's Jingle, and her mom, Tinsel, right here. And that is Peppermint in the back, and that's one of Tinsel's babies from 2 years ago.
How long have you had Utah reindeer?
So I started getting interested in reindeer in about December of 2019. And about a month and a half later, me and my son flew up to Leavenworth Reindeer Farm up in Washington. There we picked out 2 reindeer that we wanted to purchase. It was Tinsel and Holly, and actually Tinsel was pregnant at the time.
Bonus.
Yeah. And then in June of 2020, they delivered them down here to our farm.
Oh, wow. How cool is that? Now, I see 2 big old bulls out here, too. Who are these guys?
So that's Olaf and Frosty. They're our breeding bulls. They get the huge antlers. Any other deer species, the girls do not have antlers. But with reindeer, the girls do have antlers. So that makes them unique compared to any other deer species out there. The boys, they get huge antlers compared to the girls. So
yeah, I mean, these are still pretty rocking. Now, I noticed when I came here to the farm, you guys already have horses. Did you notice anything different when you got the reindeer, or are they pretty much just, you know, smaller horses with horns?
They're actually really similar. But as you can see, the biggest difference is their antlers.
Right now, horns and antlers. What's the difference between horns and antlers?
So horns stay on their body and they grow for their whole lifetime. Antlers, so these guys, their antlers will grow for a season and then every year will drop. Actually, the fastest growing tissue of the whole animal kingdom.
How fast do these grow?
These guys can grow up to an inch a day.
Wow. Me during Thanksgiving, I grow an extra inch every day.
Yeah, me too.
So this is Olaf right here, and he's one of the bulls, right? How fast can these guys move?
At a day old, a baby reindeer has been clocked at 40 miles per hour.
40 miles an hour. That's faster than an Olympian. And what is the average lifespan of like a reindeer here?
They're usually about 10 to 14 years.
Okay, so kind of similar to a dog, really.
Yeah.
One of the things that we can do over at Manly Bands, we can actually make rings out of antler. Like, I don't know if you can see this ring right here. Tell me about the ring you would like to have made here and why.
It's my wife and I's anniversary coming up, and since reindeer are becoming such a huge part of our lives, I thought it would be super cool to get some rings made for both of us, made out of the antlers from our animals that we have.
How is this going to work though? Because it looks very soft. They're kind of malleable here. Normally we use like ibex deer. Is it going to look like this?
No, so right now the antler is in the growing stage. So they're covered in what's called velvet, and the velvet actually provides the antler with all the nutrients and the blood supply to be able to grow like up to that inch a day. So we put in fresh trees so that they can naturally rub their velvet off. Once they start drying up, they'll get super itchy and they'll just want that velvet off.
These things look like they will kill somebody.
So these are from Tinsel. So once they're in hard antlers, you can see they're super hard.
Oh, Jiminy, yeah.
And then here's some antlers.
Jiminy Christmas.
From one of our bulls.
Oh, wow, okay.
And this was his 2-year-old set.
2-year-olds are doing that.
Yeah. The bulls will actually drop their antlers right after breeding season.
Okay.
So November, December, they'll shed their antlers. They'll drop. The girls keep theirs usually until about March, right about when they're ready to have their babies, and then they'll drop their antlers. So technically, all of Santa's reindeer are females.
Well, that makes sense, because now when I see all the movies and they have the reindeer antlers still on, it's got to be the women.
Yep, because they'll stop and ask for directions, right? So
Jeff, I understand you want to get these rings here pretty soon. We normally do them in about a month. We got at least 3 or 4 months, right?
Yeah, we'd like it in 2 weeks if possible.
2 weeks. Yeah. Let me check with our guys back at the office and see if we can make that happen for you.
Great, thanks. That'd mean a lot.
Okay. Just got back from Utah Reindeer, and this is the antler that the guys gave me. They want to know if they could turn this antler into a ring, or at least an inlay of a ring. Is that even possible?
Yeah, we could do that.
Can we do it in 2 weeks? Their anniversary's coming up, or are we going to have it done in time?
Anything for a customer.
Where do we go to start making the rings?
Go over to the CNC machine to cut out a ring for you.
Let's go. We're all done cutting them out. What do we have to do with them? They look kind of sharp.
Yeah, we have to deburr them and give them to Danny. He's the magic man.
Danny, what does deburring mean?
So when the rings are cut out, they come out sharp. So we need to soften them up so it doesn't cut your finger when you put the ring on.
Yeah, we don't want to cut anybody's finger.
Anyone's finger.
Okay, we're over in polishing now, and this is Cody who's going to be polishing the rings for us. Cody, when we're polishing these things, what are we looking for?
We're looking for any imperfections from the CNC lathe. Typically, we have a lot of tool marks that show up that we refer to as mill lines that we get out with sandpaper and then polish to as much as perfection as we can.
Let's take a look. All right, so we're done with the polishing now. That one looks great. That's the right color, but this one's actually supposed to be black zirconium. How do we make this black?
To turn it black, we have to add heat,
Okay.
and then it oxidizes the outside, turns it black.
So just put it out in the sun, put it in an easy bake oven. What do you guys usually do to turn it black?
Well, why don't we just get the torch out?
Get the torch out.
There we go, now it's black.
That definitely is black. He's touching the ring like it's not hot anymore. It literally was red and hot and smoking like 60 seconds ago. This is the antler from the reindeer. That actually is the natural shed that came off, but he doesn't want to use the entire antler. Can we just use like this part here?
It's really difficult to just use this part here, but we'll see what we can do. Just to use as little as possible for the 2 rings that we have.
So what we're trying to do right now is only use this portion of the antler so we can retain the rest of the rack so that it can be used for educational purposes. But it's tricky because if we cut too far, we're going to mess up the antler. But if we don't cut enough, we're not going to have enough material for the inlay. The other part we're concerned about is we have to secure this so that it's safe for the artisan to be able to work on it, but not so tight that it cracks the antler. This is going to be really tricky. This smells really interesting. It smells very similar to when you're getting your teeth drilled at the dentist's office. It's got that same aroma going on. I don't like it. It's unpleasant.
You gotta get 2 rings out of this.
This is enough for like 4 or 5.
So at this point, he has to center it up as center as he can so that he can get the maximum amount of width. Otherwise, it's going to be too small.
This happens to be a really good piece of antler. It's really pure, has a nice white or light colored color there, and it's not porous at all. Some antler is more porous and it's dark, and it makes it harder to work with and weaker. So this is a good piece of antler, and it'll look really good in the ring.
Okay, so this is where we're at on the antler ring. Really, this could be a ring all by itself if it was just polished up a little bit, right?
It could, yeah, it could.
But we're going to go ahead and put this in as custom cobalt chrome as an inlay. Well, that's going to be pretty cool. Shit. Now that the epoxy layer's on, we're doing the final polish and quality control checks. We want to make sure every single ring is absolutely perfect when it goes out to the customer. Hey Jeff.
How are you?
Good. I've got some presents for you.
Oh, awesome.
All right. Excellent. Jeff and Emily, I didn't know if we were going to get these done in time, but we were able to pull it off, and I think you're really going to be surprised with what I've got here for you. So I understand there were some changes since we came and pick up the antler. What happened?
Actually, so we gave you the antlers from one of our bull reindeer. His name was Frosty. Actually, just a couple days ago, he passed away.
That's terrible.
So it's been kind of hard here at the family because they're just like our pets. And we spend so much time with them. And so it's going to be extra meaningful now to be able to have a part of Frosty here with us.
And we had to get the entire team involved to do this just right, but we wanted to make it a little trinket of something you guys to be able to hold on to for the rest of your lives. So that is a black zirconium ring, and then we have just that authentic antler from Frosty's Sheds.
That is so
That is
awesome.
so cool. Perfect.
It is so awesome. Jeff said yesterday that it's been hard driving up to the reindeer pasture, and usually when he pulls up, Frosty comes running to the gate to come see him, and it's like his best buddy.
It was awesome.
We don't just get one for Jeff. We would be in the doghouse if we didn't get one for you
No
as well.
way.
Go ahead and take a look at this.
Oh wow, cool.
This comes from our Rosie Ray line inspired. It is made of cobalt chrome, also with that inlay that comes directly from Frosty's Sheds. So, what do you think of your rings?
I've had 4 kids now, and my wedding ring is struggling. I've had it resized, and now it doesn't fit me anymore. So this is replacing my wedding ring.
But there's one other surprise. We were able to go and do one more ring that we didn't know we can do until the last minute. This is the only kind of ring like this that exists, period.
gosh.
This is solid reindeer antler shed.
That is so cool. I really appreciate it, you guys.
That is awesome. They're both really cool, but that one is like just so unique.
They're so cool.
Thank you guys.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Oh my
very
gosh.
I'm glad we can make this happen for you.